Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is James Brew, Amissah of the Brew Show. I hope you are all doing well. And in case you already know, that's great. But in case you missed it, ladies and gentlemen, Mohammed Kudus is now a lily white. The Ghanaian moves from West Ham United to join the Europa League winners Tottenham Hotspur on a 6-year deal for a deal that is worth £60 million. That means Mohammed Kudus is now the most expensive Ghanaian in the Premier League and in terms of transfer history. He joins what seems to be a very exciting project being put together by new Spurs coach Thomas Frank. And considering that the team did poorly in the Premier League last season, but managed to find its way into the UEFA Champions League thanks to their victory over Manchester United in the Europa League final. It remains to see how Kudus and other potential new signings such as Morgan Gibbs White help to positively shake up the fortunes of the North London outfits. Now, in case you may have watched the video I did as a guest on the Le Press Box YouTube channel, if you haven't, go and check it out, please. You would notice that I had my reservations for our star boy joining Tottenham for obvious reasons. That being said, now that the deal is done, let me tell you what I feel might be the merits of Kudus' decision. The most obvious one, he gets to ply his trade in the Champions League for the upcoming campaign, gets to rub shoulders with the best European football has to offer, gets to continue to raise his stock and his brand with his time at Spurs. The second most obvious one to me is the fact that he doesn't necessarily have to move homes. He's comfortable, his family is comfortable because he's moving from one side of London to the other. And that leads me to the third one. It's a Premier League transfer. He already knows the league inside out. Spurs with Thomas Frank hopefully would also continue playing in an attractive style of football that should suit Mohamed Kudus because obviously he would have also considered that before making the jump from the London Stadium to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. And then, last but not the least, he gets to prove his worth and win over a new section of fans who would, let's be honest, love his style of play. He gets to have a chance to stamp his authority on a side that is not guaranteed any starters because, like I mentioned, this is a new coach who is about to have his first official games with the side. So he's going to assess everybody in training, he's going to assess them during their preseason games, and then really set his side in the image that he wants. So best of luck to Kudus. Now, potential demerits of the transfer, as I may have already mentioned in the video on the press box, but just in case you haven't watched that yet, let me bring them to your attention. I feel that if he's just joining for the sake of it being a team with Champions League football presented to him, then I don't think that is worth the jump, or I didn't think that was worth the jump. Secondly, even though it is a new coach's vision for Spurs, Kudus, based on the positions he's most likely supposed to want to play in, which would be central midfield if Thomas Frank is going based on how he played at Brentford, central attacking midfield if he wants to tweak things up, or one of the flanks, most likely the right flank. It means Kudus will be going up against people like James Maddison, Rodrigo Bentancur, Dejan Kulusevski, Brennan Johnson, and all the potential competition with Morgan Gibbs White as well. Whilst Starboy Kudus may obviously fancy his chances of not only winning his battles with his teammates and then stamping his stake in the side. I feel if you are not necessarily having a guaranteed place, this move might not be the smartest option considering we are in a World Cup year. But then again, he must have definitely bagged his chances up. He must have definitely weighed the options and felt he can do this. So more power to him. As a Ghanaian, I'm excited for the move. As someone who has a soft spot for Spurs, I'm excited for the move. As a keen lover of Premier League football, I'm excited for the move. So I wish Mohammed Kudus the very best with this transfer to Tottenham Hotspur, and I can't wait to see how this pans out in the next season and beyond. Guys, what do you think about my assessment of the transfer? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know in the comment section. Once again, this is James Brew, Amissah of the Brew Show. You can follow the Brew Show on your favorite social media platforms: Facebook, X, LinkedIn, YouTube, Threads, and Instagram. And you can follow James Brew Amissah on the same platforms with the inclusion of TikTok. It's been a pleasure bringing this video to you. Remember to not just watch this, but also like, comment, and subscribe. And since I've mentioned it already, go watch the video on the press box with Leroy Hudson where we talked about the then potential move of Mohammed Kudus to Tottenham, as well as the decision for Nico Williams to sign a 10-year contract extension with Athletic Bilbao, and the decision of Antoine Semenyo to also sign a contract extension at Bournemouth. Cheers.